Hey folks, I thought I'd tell you another little story about my buddy Mr. Hall. As you remember, Mr. Hall was the closest neighbor we had. He lived about a quarter of a mile at the other end of our pasture, and he was an awful lot like a granddaddy to me. Well, anytime Mr. Hall came up to visit, he would walk through our pasture and check out our property and just study every little thing. And he would count our chickens, and he would count our cows, and count our pigs and our dogs, and he'd always tell us which one of those things needed to be just got rid of, or occasionally which one of them might need to be eaten. So anyway, he'd give us a good update every so often, and one day my mom went out there to him, and she said, "Mr. Hall wants you to be careful." So we got a hold of a mean old rooster out here, and if you turn your back on him, he's liable to attack you. Mr. Hall goes, "Well, pshaw, I am not afraid of no chicken." Well, sure enough, one day Mr. Hall came up there wandering through the pasture, and he went to the chicken lot there, and he was counting them chickens, and he turned his head on the rooster. And that thing went into flying at him, just flew into him, started flogging him. And, you know, talons up, right into the seat of his britches. Mr. Hall goes, "Whoa, get out of here, whoa!" And he took his hat off, and he just started beating the hell out of that chicken. And that chicken was just tearing him up. Oh, it was a mess. Eventually, Mr. Hall emerged from the chaos and came up to the house. And his hair was all messed up, and his britches were all chewed up, and his shirt tail was out, and he was carrying his old beat-up hat. And he says, "Dorothy, how much would you take for that old chicken?" "Why, Mr. Hall, what do you want with that old mean rooster?" "Well, Dorothy, I wouldn't want to kill one of your animals, but if he was mine, I'd have that son of a buck for supper tonight."